Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 112. Thank you, Dan. Thank you for the support.
Is it?
Joining me, as always, Daniel Navaroli.
What's up, gamers? Do you all remember when the Dilemma music video came out with Nelly and Kelly Rowland? The amazing video, the amazing song. Thank you, Sims.
My mom loved
When
it.
there was a shot of her texting on her phone, but she was using Microsoft Excel. Does anyone remember this?
Yeah.
She was not using a text like messenger. She was using Excel. It was a spreadsheet.
You have completely lost me on what is this?
Go look this up. Go look up the
Music
music video for Dilemma, the famous Nelly song.
Okay.
And one of the shots in it, she's like texting Nelly. I forget exactly who I'm pretty sure it's Nelly. And she's texting on the phone. It was Microsoft Excel. She's texting in a spreadsheet.
Wow.
Unreal.
Convenience. Also,
Insane.
making his return, Steven Sims.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, it's nice to be back. It's nice to be back.
Sims, I forgot what your face looks like.
I forgot what my
Did
face looks like. Oh, no.
Yeah, entirely. How you doing, though, Sims?
I'm okay, I think. I'm alright, yeah, just life's been a bit... Life has, like, just kicked my ass. Like, life has just been hard. So I just took a couple of weeks off, tried to get everything back together. Things aren't back together. But I'm good. I'm alright. I'm happy to be here. Like, this is like a safe place, isn't it? Like, we can talk about video games.
Yeah.
We can...
I'm happy you're here.
I'm happy I'm here. I'm looking for this Dilemma video, by the way. I'm gonna...
Good to find that shot. I forget exactly. I should have like gotten the time code for everyone on YouTube because it's like I know it's always in my brain. I'm always thinking about Kelly Rowland, like and how she was texting in Excel. I'm always thinking about it.
I mean, what year was this music video?
I mean, that was
Yes, yeah.
2002.
She
maybe?
even got that open. Like, how did she
No,
get?
I think it must have been
Microsoft Excel
edited
on a phone.
It must have been post.
Sure, that had to be some type of advertisement.
No, because they don't show Excel. You just know because it's the
You
spreadsheet.
just know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
she's like typing in it.
So for people,
Don't play the video. Don't play the
No,
video.
not the video. So let's just go. I'm gonna go 4-way podcast. All right, and then I'm gonna do share my screen. Great content.
This is so good. There you go. Share it.
Wait,
Watch. Just click watch.
Oh wait, no, wait.
Oh,
this
is
is
that
the
it?
one. This is the
oh,
one.
she
that
got a
we want.
Nokia. Okay.
So yeah, no, they
See,
must
this
have.
makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah, so this must have been not.
So as you can see,
There must have been some sort of way to do Excel on here. Then I thought it was post, but it doesn't look. There's a lot of blurring here.
Where
It must
you
not
at?
be in post.
Holla when you get there.
Yeah.
but why
yeah.
why is she sent it in a?
That's
Why
a good
does she
question.
have the A and B columns?
Because it's Excel. It's Excel.
for
So
text.
she made all the cells one, or made that one.
Could
thing
she have
one
simply
cell
have
together.
texted this to Nelly?
Could have, and it doesn't make any sense. And
Is
I've been
Nelly
thinking-
just a big fan of Microsoft Excel?
I think so. Sims,
Nelly was the
does it
guy with
say
the Band-Aid, right?
down in the comments for me? Can you tell me does it actually say on Vivo what the when this video was released? I just would like to know.
So the 5th
That
of
was-
October 2009.
No, that was the re-upload. Go into the comments. They usually will have they'll have like
Okay. So
That's
remastered in HD.
yeah, keep going. 2002. See, I was right. 2002 when that video came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So yeah,
surprised
so
we even had that technology in 2002.
no, those
Oh,
are
there's
as
the
you can-
Band-Aid. Nelly
as you
was
can
the guy
see.
with the Band-Aid. I can't
So like
confirm.
they're in the street. So people are not questioning this. Why is he wearing
Mhm.
yellow?
who on the
Bananas.
And then like she's like
Nice.
boom. Like. I mean, did
And she
was
just dropped that. You know, you can just drop Nokia phones like that, though.
Yeah, he's got that Band-Aid. I love
Got
it.
that
He's-
Band-Aid. I don't. Did he have a boo-boo right there? Is that what
No,
happened?
It's,
dude, I don't know. Connor, you
That
don't
was
know
the style. I guess I doubt. All
That was
right,
next
next week.
thing.
Next week, we're all wearing Band-Aids on our cheek for the show.
I gotta go buy some. I don't think I have any actually.
Go get some Band-Aids, Daniel. Anyways, guys, it has been another busy week in the world of video games.
Very busy. Very busy.
Very busy
lot
indeed.
happening. Things were happening up
A lot
to
of
the
rumors
of the
going
show.
around this week. Everyone's going crazy, you know.
Yeah, things were happening. Like I said, things were happening until we started. I was adding
Definitely.
things.
Definitely, there's
Crazy.
active movement. But first up, Nintendo has confirmed that the Breath of the Wild sequel has been delayed till spring 2023. We also got a few new snippets of cutscenes, kind of not really gameplay, but in
they show scenes. Yeah, they show one of
got
Link
a new
holding
look at the sword or whatever.
Yeah, he was holding Master Sword. It kind of showed a little bit more of his arm and how it's kind of messed up it is and stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, delayed to 2023. I don't think any of us are particularly surprised.
No,
we're
not
kind
really.
of expecting it at this point.
Yeah, like we've
how you
mentioned,
feel?
I think December was really the only time they would have been able to release it. So if it needs more time, might as well. They have plenty to release this year, anyways.
Sims is looking at something deep right now.
I think he's still watching the
He
Dilemma
just
video.
found out
No.
Breath of the Wild 2 got delayed.
I know it's not. So let me talk about Zelda. I'm not surprised. Sure. Take your time, and I told you so.
We knew.
So kind of think I was the first to say that, if anyone, but whatever. Go ahead, take it.
No, in all seriousness though, like it's, I don't know, like it goes down to COVID, doesn't it? I'm sure this is just like they've just got hit by COVID and just lost that whole year. Like
we knew Nintendo was hit super hard. There's a lot of reporting of how hard Nintendo was hit. They were not ready for working from home. Their setups just were not. Because if Japanese homes are much smaller, or apartments and things are much smaller, so they don't have room for huge work setups at home. It's just not really feasible.
They got those cool slidey doors, though.
Man.
I like those.
True.
I like those.
That's true.
And then they're not going to keep it draft now. They're going to be cold as well. Like, I can't see them.
That's true.
I mean, like,
is it cold in Japan?
Well, I mean, they're not exactly like solid slidey doors, are they? There's like
no, you're right. It is like paper.
It's like paper. How you gonna like start coding for Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 and be cold? Sure. It's not gonna happen. It's just
that's a good point. It's too cold.
I'm saying, on Nerdic Gods, we think outside the box. Like you got all your games journalists, you got your Jeffy Grubs, you got Steve Totillo's, Greg Miller's. You got
those are names.
Jason Schreier. Like all these people, they don't think they go. I know why. Because they were cold. Because the Nerdic Gods, we bring you this stuff. We bring the breaking news of like the reason why this game is delayed is because they can't work from home because it's too cold.
Thank
you. You sleep better when it's cold, right?
No,
or colder.
Not a chance.
Cooler.
I'm not sleeping well.
That's the problem,
I'm not sleeping well if I've got nipples.
They got sleepy.
Let me tell you, if I've got hard ass nipples, I ain't sleeping well. Okay.
Really?
Nah, man. I got to be covered up. I can't have my feet hanging out of the bed. Like I have to be.
No, you can't have your feet hanging off the bed. No, that's how demons grab you.
That's how demons get you. I'm saying, it's true.
You got one foot out? Nah, demon's going to grab you. You can't do that. Can't do that at all. Breath of the Wild 2, though. It's 2023.
I mean, it's hard to say.
It's going to be a good time.
You say it's hard to talk much about it. Like, I mean, fair enough. They've come out. There's a little video where it's going to be delayed. Like, we kind of got the hint last year when it was like, I think what was the exact wording? We're going to try to get it out.
We're hopeful for 2022.
Hopeful, and like, I mean, this game this year's already been a banger anyway. Does it need a Breath of the Wild?
It's not going to stop. Yeah,
it's like it doesn't need a Breath of the Wild, does it? So, and hopefully it does come out on the new machine. Like, hopefully we will get Switch 2.0 or I don't know, or whatever. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Like for this new Zelda to run better and look better. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say on that, I could very much see them repeating themselves, and maybe the Switch 2. I don't know. It still might be a Pro next year for the Switch or a Pro or something. But then launch Breath of the Wild first week of March again, or Breath of the Wild 2 first week of March again, just like they did the last one. Worked out well last time, so why not?
I think so. I think that we'll have to see more.
I also want to say I am already scared for the first half of next year. Because it's already looking pretty fucking stacked with we got Suicide Squad and this already confirmed, but there's gonna be plenty more. Like who knows if God of War is this year? Who knows if Hellblade 2 is this year?
There wasn't that thing.
It's like all of those could come out right around each other.
Wasn't Sony still or didn't they recently say something of like it is still slated to release this year for God of War?
Yeah, maybe.
I thought I saw something like within the past few days about that.
They could. I'm just saying, like, there's a possibility it doesn't come out until early next year.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean, there's a possibility with a lot of things like that. I'm just saying, next year looking stacked already.
I just think we're at a point when games aren't going to stop at this point. You're either going to play things as they're coming or you're going to wait, right? I just think there's too many games out there and games aren't going to stop getting released. So delays will just make it better. And yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, Breath of the Wild 2, 2023. We'll see you then, bud.
So excited. Probably my most anticipated thing next year, I would assume, at this point.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? They're gonna announce, fucking a new Dora the Explorer game, and that'll just move right off that list. Not hyped you'd be for that.
Dora Michael Pena again.
Ooh, like that. Sony has finally revealed plans for the streaming service with a new structure coming to PS Plus. Okay, so let's go over this again. It's pretty much everything that was leaked from Jason Schreier in December.
Yeah, Grubb talked about this like a month ago.
Whatever. When we read the Jason Schreier thing, whatever month that was, I think that might have been.
That was more recent.
Was it? Okay, well, whenever that was, it is exactly that. So it's we all already knew what it was, but whatever. We'll read it again. So PS Plus will now be combining with PS Now and have 3 different tiers. First of which being what PS Plus is today. The second will add a PS4 and PS5 games catalog, and then the third will add PS1, PS2, PS3, but only streaming, and then PSP games as well. And you also get a time-limited game trials, which may be for every game or may not. I'm not exactly sure on those details. And there you go.
I don't think that there is much information yet.
No.
So I have some things pulled up here.
Yeah, we can go over pricing.
You want me to kind of go over pricing?
Sure.
So PlayStation Plus Essential is basically just going to be PlayStation Plus. It's going to be $9.99 a month, or $60 a year. In Europe, that will be.
Let's just cover United States and
United States.
Kingdom.
Okay.
Let's go and United Kingdom. Yeah,
United Kingdom is £6.99.
I want you to say £7.
You want me to say quid? Okay. It is $7.99 or $6.99 And
no. Just £7.
£7. Okay, it's £7 or £50 a year.
Why is he rounding up?
Do you not do that in America?
Can't do that.
Do you not do that?
That 1 penny really matters, Sims.
I will, but I'm just reading it.
So no, I know you say. Sorry, go on. You don't have to say quid. You say pounds. It's fine. It's weird from your mouth.
No,
I'll say quid. It's fine. Then you have the PlayStation Plus Extra. You get everything from the Essential tier. You get 400 games from PS4 and PS5. That will include some PlayStation Studios games. Games in the extra tier are
what was supposed to be what we're supposed to be getting.
There's only a few examples. Yeah. There's like 4 examples of some which are very old games, but I'll keep going. You get from the extra tier, so PS4, PS5 games will be downloadable. Then that's $15 a month, or $14.99 a month, and $100 a year. And that is 11 quid or 83 or 84 quid a year. Then you get the PlayStation Plus Premium. You get everything else again. Plus you get an extra 340 plus games. PlayStation 3 games are streaming only. There will be both streaming and download of PS1, PS2, and PSP games. They don't go into detail of what is streaming and what's not, which is very odd. I wish they just would have waited give us more detail instead, but they didn't. Then there is cloud access for PlayStation 1, 2, PSP, PS4, where PS Now is available. Which I don't think it's available in every country, which kind of sucks. And there's some sort of PC option there too. I don't know if you guys know much about the PC version of it. And then this tier will also have limited trials, which they have not really gone into detail. I know you said that before, Connor. And that is 18 a month or 120 a year, and then 1350 quid or 100 a year. And that's the different tiers.
So breaking news: E3's cancelled completely.
Just now?
Yeah, just now.
Well, there you go, Keely.
Willpower. So it's funny. I know we've gone about that story just to break off a bit. From what I'm reading, a guy from a PR person from Razer said he just received an email saying that E3 is cancelled. And then Jeff Keighley then tweeted the emoji.
Yeah,
winky face.
Let Keely step in. The more you just let Keely take it over. Then at this point,
yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, so
give him
Keely.
Honestly, just give him the name of E3 because I think the name E3 still should mean something. That's such a thing that we grew up with. Like, let E3 be something. But if Keely needs to
make him pay a pretty penny for that.
So,
but
yeah. Obviously, news just in: E3's cancelled. So hopefully, I think Keely's going to step up. So we'll get something. It'd be nice. It's nice to always have something. I like to have that. I like last year's. Enough to book a couple of days off and just mong in front of the TV. So yeah, back to the PlayStation news. It's one of those like a lot of people can just take it or leave it, or we could just do a bit more. Take it. I think they're very vague on what they're offering us. Really, like they're not and they are. Like if they came out with a big massive blowout of like, here's the list of the PS1 games. Here's your PS1 games. You got all your Pandemoniums, you got your Abe's Odysseys, you got your Metal Gears, etc. like that. All the big hitters. Obviously, there's games that I'm not mentioning that people really love and adore. And then you list the PlayStation 2 games. So you got your SmackDown, Just Bring It, SmackDown, Shut Your Mouth, SmackDown, all the wrestling games. That's all you want on there. You don't worry about PS2.
That's it. It's only
PS2 catalog actually not that good. Honestly,
all the PS1 was good for. We all know that.
PS2 and then the PS anyway. But then you have that horrible like. PlayStation 3 still streaming, and you're just like, what have you been doing? Like, seriously, like, it can't be that hard. Like, I mean, it can be, but, like, you've had, effectively, what, 2013, 9 years to figure this out? And there's people, there's people playing these PS3 games on emulators on PCs. Like, surely, like, sort it out.
Literally, find a team, pay them, and have them only doing that until it gets solved, and then there you go.
Can I wear a dressing gown on this podcast? I can't I?
What?
Can I wear a dressing gown on the podcast?
I mean, I guess.
What do you think?
Yeah, just don't shit your pants.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
So, I don't know. Like,
that's
Xbox,
the thing, though, the PS3 streaming thing is, like, maybe they did try to get it through. Maybe they just can't figure it out, And it's like, that sucks. And, like, I've officially lost all hope for ever being able to download PS3 games. I don't think it's just never going to happen.
It's kind of just ridiculous, right? Like,
yeah, I don't know. I know they've talked about whatever the infrastructure is of the PS3 system is so
the cell processor
complicated or fucked up or whatever that they can't possibly figure this shit out. And it's like,
it's
maybe
not impossible.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't at this point. At this point, I've just lost all hope that they're ever going to figure out a way to let you download PS3 games, because this was the chance if they were ever going to do this. This whole thing to me is this is about 5 years too late with what they're doing right now, like combining PS Now into PS Plus. All that. This is stuff people was talking about last gen. And now when Xbox Game Pass is out and it's about to start thriving when these Xbox games start.
Have you seen the numbers from yesterday?
No, I haven't seen that. But what I'm saying is like you needed a direct competitor for that at this point. Or at least this would have been a good starting point for that. And they just haven't done that at all.
Yeah, what I want to say about this, and like I don't want to constantly be comparing them, right? But like, we are in an age of seeing how it should be done, one way or the other, right? We are seeing Xbox and how it needs to be done and how it should be done, and then PlayStation's just not doing that. Whether they are direct competitors or not. Like, I think that's irrelevant. It's a service that has games on it. I've seen people say it's not, and whatever. I'm not going to get into some argument about whether it is or isn't.
Oh, you just mean this service and Game Pass?
Yes.
Oh, I mean,
yes.
It is though. It's a streaming. It's a games library streaming service.
I know.
They're both that. I mean, they're competing.
So we're seeing how it should be done, right? Like, they need to do that. Like, Xbox they have a team that works in the back end. They worked on FPS boost. They're doing a lot of back end things to boost games without you really doing anything. Sony needs to do that, or you're just going to keep being behind. Get a team that is a software development team, like Jason Ronald and his team, and get them to do that. That's how it needs to be done. That's putting in money and putting in work and time.
Yeah, I get that too. Like, you don't like, if Walmart's offering something, right, or something special, you don't then go to Target and be like, hey, I'm gonna buy this lesser product or same product for a more expensive price or whatever, or it's lesser in some way when Walmart's got it for cheaper or something like that. You know what I mean? That's just not how competition works. And if your direct competition is offering the same thing but better, people are going to go there. That's just how it works.
I mean, and like looking at all the different price tiers, like generally more expensive. They haven't talked about day and date things, whether that is like, when I mean day and date, I don't even necessarily mean just PlayStation day and date, like third party day and date. Xbox gets a lot of that. We just got Tunic day and date, right, on Game Pass. Like, Sony needs to be doing that too. I want to see God of War Ragnarok day and date, but they're not.
I think we will see something like that now with this service, though, because I mean, to a smaller and lesser extent, they just did it with Shadow Warrior 5 on the PS Now.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of like
free.
I'm getting Sniper Elite mixed up, but
yeah.
I mean, I think it is just a small example of what we can expect. I think for me, sitting down, like I'm in my dressing gown, I don't like it.
You look fine.
How long? Right, let's take Ghostwire Tokyo for example. Connor publicly said, "I'm not going to get the game because I'm all open world out." So how long do we wait?
I don't know if I publicly said that.
He did, because I remember
made a statement.
It might have been in the Discord, but
it was on the podcast. That's what it was. I listened to the podcast. No, anyway, it doesn't matter. But all I'm saying is, like, how long do we wait until that's on this service? Like, how long is the wait?
Xbox wants that fucking title. So
oh yeah, true. Okay, very very bad example.
Yeah, Game Pass next year. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? How long do we wait until it's on a, like, let's say, God of War Ragnarok. Do we wait 6 months?
I don't even know if it is, though. They never even clarified if, like, hey, we will put, Horizon Forbidden West on there eventually or something like that. They didn't.
They talked about like Spider-Man, God of War, and Death Stranding.
Return.
I think that was before, right?
Return was
Return.
They never stated anything about more games coming in the future. So, like, I mean, I doubt it will be like this. I mean, but maybe, like, it could just be the library we get at launch is just the library. That's it, Like,
it better not be how it is. Like, that's just what's the point? Like, and one more thing I want to say that is very tangential, but I do want to bring it up. And I brought this up when we talked about the Jeff Grubb rumors, when he kind of broke the story a little while ago. Are these older games buyable on the console? If they're not, then this is ridiculous.
They've not said it, have they?
I doubt it. Yeah, I mean,
and that's just that. Holding all of these games only to a subscription service is utterly ridiculous.
Yeah, just holding them hostage now,
Pretty much, and that's just absurd. Let you be able to
damn Ape Escape.
Yeah, like let people buy the game too. I don't want to say that it is or isn't, because I don't know. I don't think they've said, but these games better be buyable as well.
Yeah. On a positive note, I will say this is better than the current standing, right? I mean, that's like probably the only thing good I could say about it. Like, this is better than PS Now today. So
sure,
that's cool, right? I just think, people want the first party games on their day one, stuff like that. New games to be coming to the service all the time, stuff like that. Game Pass is going to have to become so successful that PlayStation has to do that, and that's just what it is. And it's
just kind of speaking of
take a few more years to get there for them.
Definitely. There were some numbers I saw yesterday or the day before of like how just over last year, how big Game Pass expanded and how many users they have by the end of last year. I'm not sure if
because they had such a huge surge, and I mean, they had that huge Forza Halo. Once all these studios start releasing that Xbox has recently bought, start releasing their games over and over, and we're getting a big game like every quarter or something like that, then it's really going to start skyrocketing, I think.
I'd like to see what Starfield does for the service.
Yeah, Starfield.
Like, it's going to be massive, like that, right?
The next quarter after that. I hope they start, spacing them out correctly, like even, one big game.
1 month is fine.
Yeah, I think 1 month, that's
how many studios they have.
Yeah.
But I mean, they want you to keep resubscribing, right? So I think 1 a month, I think, is fine. Like, especially like Halo and Forza, that's a month.
It's not that I necessarily like it, but look at Disney Plus, right? They are doing such a good job of putting out one thing a month that keeps you there. Because I'm one of those guys that I'll subscribe to something and then I'll cancel it immediately, and then just have
Disney Plus is pretty cheap. So
yeah, Disney Plus, but Disney Plus, I have no choice. I have to just keep it because next month there's something I want to watch. So it's
Moon Knight.
And Game Pass has already kind of gotten me with that. With like, I was about to cancel it, but then Tunic was coming out, and I was like, well, I don't want to buy Tunic. I might as well just fucking keep it. And then next month, same thing. It was like, but Weird West is coming out. What if I just want to check that out? Same thing. You know what I mean? PlayStation doesn't have that with this right now.
They need to have the third party day and dates, which I think will really help them. Not necessarily, just God of War, but I would that's what I want. I know we kind of talked about this last week when we were coming into the week of like, oh, what are they going to announce? And that's my number one thing. Everything downloadable and day and date games. And they didn't really give me either thing. So,
sure. And I see a lot of people too making the argument, like, look at Game Pass when it first started, like that. But it's like, Game Pass has already set the example now. Like, you didn't have to start from where Game Pass started. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I meant when like they're 5 years behind with this right now. This is like a 5 year behind type of thing.
We see how it should be done. You need to attempt to do that at the minimum, right?
Yeah, and I was never expecting first party games day and day. I just don't. I mean, PlayStation relies more on their first party games than Xbox does, certainly. So PlayStation's just in a weird era right now because they're talking a lot more about services and live service games. They're having a mess with GT7. We didn't really talk about that last week. I didn't really put that in the story, but they're having a mess with that. And, a lot of their games are buggy at launch still, and they're charging $70. I don't know. They're in a weird way right now. That was just something to throw out there. I wasn't really going anywhere with that. It was just they're in a weird way. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, they're also just they don't have the cachet they did last generation.
I'd say since 2020,
they were the ones on top coming into this new generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, since 2020,
like there's just like I know Xbox did not sell PlayStation, but they felt like they won the 360 PS3 gen. They were on top, and we saw that with that press conference. And their immediate downfall after that. PlayStation, while it didn't have that, big of a stage on their downfall, it was kind of more of a slow decline into worse. But that's just going to happen when you're on top. You start making mistakes and stuff like that. So, yeah. I don't know. They're also in a weird spot with their games too, because it's a lot of sequels and stuff like that. And last gen for them, I was so excited because they had so many new things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't want sequels to those games, because I do, but I also want new things. And Xbox seems to 100%. Have that right now coming up. It's like, of course I want like a Ghost of Tsushima 2 and God of War Ragnarok and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I also want new IP and stuff like that. Whereas last gen, it was like, God of War, while it was the fourth game, it was kind of a soft reboot and new. It felt new. Spider-Man was new. Horizon was new. Stuff, Ghost of Tsushima, all that was all new.
Honestly, even Last of Us Part 2 is much of a sequel. It definitely upped it. And I'm with you with these sequels. Like, the two games we know of, right? Like, we're getting Ragnarok and we know Tsushima 2 is being made. But, like, yeah, where's the new... Wolverine. Spider-Man and Wolverine. I mean, I guess Wolverine's new, but like
Wolverine's new. Yeah, Wolverine is one of those. And I'll be excited, like that Sly rumor going around, stuff like that. That'll be cool.
That's like a soft reboot. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it certainly would be under Pixel Opus if that's a real thing. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I just think they're in a weird way right now.
We definitely need a showcase soon for PlayStation, because their lineup's looking a little thin right now.
Yeah, I want to get excited for PlayStation. Come on, PlayStation. We're rooting for you. We may sound negative here, but we're definitely rooting for you.
Well, no, I mean, the streaming service is dog shit. It's just so, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about that.
I mean, from where I'm standing, from where I'm sitting, it almost seems like they're going to rely on these like sequels for the next couple of years, until that, because they've obviously got this plan in action. They've just acquired Bungie, they've just acquired Haven, they've just acquired all these other little studios, and obviously like they're so. Is it Jim Ryan?
Jim Ryan. Yeah.
Jim Ryan. Obviously, he's doing all these interviews. As soon as this news breaks, he's had an interview with what's it called? Video game industry.
VGC. Was it VGC or?
Don't they go to Bloomberg?
No,
it wasn't Bloomberg.
Who's the one they always go to? Is it Vice?
Was it Industries? It was usually Vice.
I think it's Games Industry.biz. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But from where I'm sitting, they're literally just like waiting for these. Like they're relying on these sequels, and then their next plan seems to be like this, like games as a service type thing. Like they just want to rely on all these like new types of like live games, and I think that's their next plan. I feel like they're just going back to like the PS3 days of like. Everything's multiplayer. Everything has that multiplayer side. I don't know. It seems to be going like a weird.
These 3 days though was more of a we're gonna put a shitty multiplayer mode in Uncharted or stuff like that.
It's a bad example, but
these at least seems to be games built from the ground up for multiplayer purposes. I'm sorry.
They do. No, but they do seem to have this like weird game plan going. They have a plan. They have a goal, and they're going towards it. Like, and they're very public about it by saying they're always mentioning live service games. Like, they said they've got like 7 or 8. I forgot what's the number. 10 live service games, like kind of planned, and that could be anything. Like, Gran Turismo is a live service game, and then look where that's got there.
When does it start? Right, I don't know when it starts.
But like, that's it. Like, it just
counted as one.
I mean, Haven Studio, like they buy Jade Raymond Studio, and it's just like we. No disrespect to Jade Raymond, but she hasn't really done anything because, I mean, fair enough, luck has not been on her side.
She's been talking about making a game since she was even at Stadia,
so
right?
And obviously they must have seen it and went, fucking hell, this looks decent. May as well just get you, like, snapped up, like, which is fair enough.
I think Herman Hulse said that. He said, like, they saw something and they were like, oh, this looks good.
So, I don't like the way that, I don't like the idea of what they're saying, like, personally. I'm sitting going... That worries me. I like the single player games. I like Horizon. Mr. I don't like Horizon Zero Dawn. Fucking likes Horizon 2. And I publicly said, I'd happily pay £100 for these PS5 games at the moment because they're just top quality stuff. Like the high quality.
I mean,
games. Obviously, money's money to everyone, but like, I'm just saying, like, I don't like what they're saying. I don't like it when a lot of these live service things. Like, look at Gran Turismo. Like, you guys can talk about it. We're not going to talk about it because we don't really play those games, and we're not racing games. But let's say if it was, I don't know, let's say it was a Horizon live service game, and that went down for a couple of days, and we'd be kicking off now. We'd be moaning. But what happens if something goes wrong? Like it did with Gran Turismo. Like, I don't like it. And I'm sitting here going like, I'm looking at my Xbox like this. Because it's going to treat me better. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
meme? Remember the
Bird meme? Like, I'm just hungry, man. I'm just like, look, this Xbox is looking after me. Like, Wild West just come out. Weird West just come out. Like, Tunic. Like, and they're all indie games. And then obviously you got the day and day. They're just, the Xbox seems to be just, everything they say isn't, but like, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't know if you spoke about the Perfect Dark stuff. Like, as Xbox the company, like everything's like today. Games, the family plan that we're gonna talk about, like Games Pass is on, smashing it on everything you think might come to Games Pass comes to Games Pass. Even if it doesn't come out day one, it's coming one day. And then like your PlayStation's like, let's do this service, and it's like, what's the fucking point? Like what? I mean, like what are you talking about? Like.
They're in a weird way. They're charging for next-gen updates. Like, it feels like they're just kind of eking for money. I don't understand why. Like, I know that a lot of the industry is kind of getting to $70, but they were the forefront of, like, we're charging $70. That's just what we're doing. Yeah, and then we're going to charge you for the next-gen update. It's like, that's just what they're doing. Yeah, it's just, I want to throw one other story in here, Sims. I don't mean to interrupt you.
I just want to end it with, like, as a PlayStation, like, I wouldn't say fanboy, but as PlayStation is my number one option to choose video games on right now, I can't see myself playing my PlayStation as my primary console in the next 5 years. Like, because it's just... except for like Last of Us 3 or Horizon or Spider-Man. But like, I'd rather just go and play Xbox. They just look after me. Like I feel safe and secure, and I feel valued as a customer. If that makes sense. Like,
sure. I don't want to dogpile on PlayStation. I don't want this to sound like that's.
No, it's not. They're just making some weird daft decisions.
The mism gonna come for your fucking head, Daniel.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure.
We ain't getting no codes from Sony today.
I love PlayStation. You know I do. But I did see a story from Steven Totillo from Axios right before we started doing the show, and I put it in here. He says PlayStation didn't just close out the fiscal year by buying a game studio and revising its subscription plan. It also quietly laid off dozens of workers in its sales and marketing teams as part of a global transformation. And they laid off 90 people from their
I thought you were going to say
sales and marketing
takeover.
department. The global takeover.
It's a picture
I just wanted to.
That his head.
Yeah. I just wanted to throw that out there. That I don't understand what this 90 from their marketing and sales team. So a very big chunk of people.
Sure,
have lost
that sucks.
their jobs, and it looks like they're all from the U.S. too. So it seems like they've been trying to go more Europe focused, less Japan, and maybe even less U.S.
What president is now, or whatever.
Yeah, Herman Hulst. He's from the Netherlands, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to kind of throw that out there too, just to kind of. I know we generally don't talk about things like this story. We usually talk about way more positive things, but just something to throw on there.
It just seems to be going in a weird direction, and like, I mean, you know, let's address the week that has been this week. You know, GDC happened last week. So everyone's been talking. Every single person who is somebody has been talking. So obviously then, you know, Greg Miller comes out. Like, Greg Miller's the one that pretty much started it, I believe. Like, that's the first...
I think it was on Sunday?
He said, look, I've heard 3 things that might be happening this week. I'm just gonna... There was like, I've seen like videos, 3-4 minute videos on people going, the Greg Miller from Kinda Funny, he has said, blah, blah, blah. There's going to be 3 rumors regarding PlayStation that might be announced this week, so therefore he's going to delay his own podcast. Like, I've seen videos announcing that tweet, and I'm like, we're doing this all wrong, boys. Okay, I'm going to make 3-minute videos every week about. I'm going to be like, oh my god, Greg Miller's tweeted this. So we've all sat at bated breath, and then you know you've had your Mike Bithels, and like Mike Bithels was the one that like pretty much like really opened my eyes. Going, he's like, anybody's about to announce something, don't.
He said like indie specifically.
Yeah, exactly. So
which still don't know what that means, Bithel.
And we've just waited and waited and waited. Maybe they're waiting, and then everyone's talking about fiscal year. Fiscal year's ends today.
Grub just did Grub Snacks, and I don't know what he talked about. I'm still waiting to see what he talked about.
Yeah, no, we should really... It was on Twitter. Anyway, so I've just seen... Obviously, this is completely irrelevant. The rumours going around, PlayStation going to buy from Soft. The PlayStation are going to buy Konami. And then Konami have just released the Metal Gear Solid 35th anniversary website. An hour ago.
Cool.
So whether we're getting something to do with Metal Gear Solid, Konami are very good at releasing skateboard decks.
I mean, they're good at releasing those collections. So maybe I'd assume like
nice ones are dope though.
Yeah, they're expensive.
I'd like to see like a nice collection of all the games. That'd be cool. I mean, they've been doing that for.
Let's just speculate. Like, what is Sony doing? Like Konami. I mean, Kojima just said they moved out of their studio. Like, what's going on?
Kojima just said what?
Moving studios, though.
Kojima tweeted out earlier that he's moved out.
He moved out of his first. Kojima Productions has moved into a new studio.
Oh, they're probably getting bigger and they need more space.
Probably.
Yeah, I didn't really put too much into that. I mean, that's just.
I've put 2 and 2 and 4 and 6 and 8 and 9 and 10 together this week. Okay.
I mean, we're still waiting for that Jeff Grubb talking about them making the Xbox announcement. We've been waiting for that. Still curious.
What?
Go ahead.
What?
Yeah, they did that. They did that deal when he did.
There's that letter.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. I don't know at this point with that rumor. I mean, who knows? There's clearly something that has happened. I don't know whether it's a new game or a studio being purchased. I mean, the 3 of us don't fucking know. So
I mean, I posted a link in our Discord. I don't know if you either saw it, but I forget his name. I need to see that link because I don't remember that guy's name. Let me see real quick. Where's it at? What's his name?
What do you think, Zelda?
Here it is. So Jordan Midler, I forget, was he a VGC, right? Basically said, once I retire, I could talk about the real story of how the Sony thing went crazy. And then he says, stand down. So it sounds like probably nothing at this point. And Greg Miller actually was the one that retweeted this. That's how I saw it. So it seems like whatever it was may have really not have been anything, or it didn't come to anything.
I mean, with that almost makes me think like maybe they were close to purchasing a big studio, and then maybe they got bought out. Maybe who knows? Maybe Microsoft came in from under their feet and took whatever the fuck they were about to buy from them.
I still told you I think EA's still shopping, but they just we're seeing Sony buy so many things. Everybody's worried about Xbox buying everything. Sony has not stopped. They may have only been buying one studio at a time, but they keep buying things. It's crazy.
Sure. I mean, I think with that, it's just because Xbox had all those years in the row where they picked up, the Ninja Theory and then Obsidian and the Psychonauts guy, Double Fine, and then they bought the big studio with Bethesda, or the big publisher with Bethesda, and then they bought Activision. So they accumulated fucking 20 studios in the amount of like 2 years. So I mean, crazy. Yeah, it's just,
yeah. When Xbox buys stuff, it doesn't seem like it makes sense, if that makes sense. Like, it makes sense. Buy Bethesda. Like, we don't like it, but yeah, buy Bethesda. Like, why not? Buy Activision Blizzard.
That thing in particular, they've been working with them forever. So the Bethesda thing, it makes sense.
It all makes sense. It just shows to me what the future is. I can't believe I'm gonna say this. The future seems to be Xbox. Like, the Xbox just seems to Phil Spencer has just got everything that you want in a person to bring Xbox to the top of the mountain, if that makes sense. Like, everything that Sony does just seems to come with a big question mark above it of like, why, or like, why? Like, if it just, you always, like, there's no positive. There's never a positive aura around it. Everyone's just a bit like, ugh, or why, or confused. Like, why you bought Haven? Like, like, Xbox is like, right, well, Bethesda, and it's all going on thingy. It's all going on that Games Pass. That scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, I mean, we'll still see if there is actually anything with that PlayStation thing. I just wanted to talk about that Jordan Midler. Like, Jordan Midler's he was on Games Daily. Like, he is a reporter, and he says that there really isn't anything. So like I said, I'd like to see what Jeff Grubb has to say today, because I think he wanted to talk about it too. So
I mean, the rumors are what? Konami. Like, I
mean, that's the biggest, one, maybe Square, but that's like really big. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, cool. Next up then. Where are we? Ella Perno has been cast in the lead role for Amazon's upcoming Fallout TV series.
Yeah, so she's leading with Walton Goggins.
Yeah, what was that guy's name? Walton Goggins.
I love Walton Goggins.
Are they both playing ghouls, you think?
I don't think she is. So it sounds like he was, right? So I'm wondering if she's going to be. Yeah, that's the rumor for him. But it sounds like she might be the lead, and then he's kind of like
he's the ghoul
companion. And I didn't know, but I guess she's in that new show Yellow Jackets, which I heard is pretty good. I'd like to see. But she's also
I've never heard of this actress at all.
She is the voice of Jinx in Arcane. I was like, okay. Like, yeah,
cool.
like
good touch there, sure.
Yeah, she did good there. So like, I just put this story was like, I saw this and I'm like, it's a Connor story. Me and Connor.
Sure, I'm stoked for this show. I mean, I like Jonathan Nolan, Christopher Nolan's brother, is the lead on the show or whatever. I think he's writing it at the very least.
But he's mostly a writer, right? He's not like a director.
Yeah, he's mostly a runner. But I mean, he wrote all of Westworld and stuff like that. So he's credible at the very least, and maybe he gets his brother to come in and direct an episode. That'd be fucking dope. But I don't know. I mean, we got to see a trailer for this show and stuff, so before I get super excited or anything. But
how far away do you think that is?
I mean, they're casting now, so I gotta assume they're gearing up for production to start filming soonish. Probably end of this year. I would say we get the show end of 2023, early 2024. Probably be my guess.
So you think they work quick? as like as their TV production, or maybe not as fast.
They wouldn't
be
casting roles like this if they weren't gearing up to start filming. That's just how it goes. I mean, typically, whenever we hear of like a casting announcement for anything, like the filming's right around the corner.
Yeah, Netflix is a weird animal because generally they seem to work very quickly. They'll like do a show.
Netflix is picky with what shows go quickly and what don't.
That's true. So like I'm trying to figure out Amazon's kind of pace. So yeah, seems like a good actress. I'm very curious. I don't necessarily think we needed a Fallout TV show, but curious about it. I like that world, right? I like how goofy that world can be, right?
Yeah, I would say with this one in particular, don't follow any of the games, anything. Make your own story.
Pick a new vault.
Yeah, like you don't even have to do that kind of stuff. What I'm saying, like obviously we'll have to go visit a vault at some point, but like it doesn't have to be a vault dweller emerging from the fucking.
Oh, you don't think that's what first time? You don't think it's
gonna be? I mean, you could, right? But it's like you don't have to. There's so much in that world. You could do whatever the fuck you wanted, really.
Okay. I guess we'll see.
We will see. Next up, then, Xbox Game Pass is getting a family plan of some sort. Most likely, it's still kind of. I guess Xbox hasn't said anything official, so
Xbox hasn't said it, but
it's still somewhat in the rumor territory.
It's coming from a very credible Xbox source, Jez Corden. He usually is pretty spot on about his Xbox related things.
So the only real information we have is he says paying on a higher tier for an Xbox Game Pass family plan will net access for 5 players for games across the entire library, and it will be far cheaper than 5 separate Xbox Game Pass accounts.
Which makes sense.
And that's really all we have to go on for pricing and what exactly you'd be getting in this family plan. But Daniel, does this interest you?
Not necessarily. Because I don't even do the family plan for Nintendo Switch. Online. Yeah. I'd be curious to see if this means that there is maybe a slight price increase as well. Like, is it going from 15 to 20? I wouldn't expect huge. I don't think that they would want it to be.
For just like the single person, it would go. Because I don't see why the single.
I don't see why either.
Change in any way, Because I'm right there with you. Like, I don't have a fucking family I'm going to share Game Pass with, so I'm still, this doesn't do anything for me. But like,
exactly,
it could be cool.
I'm just throwing it out there that maybe it's an option that it could go from 15 to 20, which is still not, I don't think, that much as we're getting from Game Pass. But then maybe it'd be 25 for the family plan a month, which is probably pretty reasonable. 25, 30 maybe.
Accounts, I would think even more than that.
Like
I don't
30?
know. I really don't know much about like how family plans would work and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't.
I mean, we'll just say 30 because that's easily divisible by 5. That's $6 a person a month. That's
right.
That's really good.
Right.
That's really good. That's a really good deal. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the actual prices are, and hopefully, Xbox comes out and mentions this. Talks about this. That'd be cool. I'd like to see some real solid news. But
yeah, I know it just got canceled, but I'm still assuming Xbox is going to do an event in May.
Nintendo's going to have a thing.
Yeah, I mean Nintendo's going to do a summer direct and stuff like that. So I still think we'll be getting, and that's what I'm saying is maybe they'll mention this plan there or something like that at some point.
They've been really focused on games more recently.
I don't know, maybe at the end or whatever. Like, here's some updates coming to Game Pass. We're introducing a family plan. There you go.
They could do that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Family plan. Sims, you got anything to say on the family plan? Not there? Okay.
I think you walked away again. It's
okay.
All right.
Bulbasaur and Sims bed. You got anything to say? What does Bulbasaur say? Is that what he says?
Bulba.
There you go.
Game Pass. That's how he
sounds. Thanks, Bulbasaur. That was great. Game
Bulba.
What he said. He learned that word. That was the only other word he learned.
That's the only other word he learned was game.
All right. Next up, then, Kirby and the Forgotten Land has had the strongest first week in Japan of any Kirby game.
Yeah, and Nibel posted the actual number. Let me see here. It was 380 million copies in Japan for its first week, and that's not worldwide. So it's what'd I say?
You said 380 million.
Oh my god, it's the biggest game ever.
Kirby's taking over the world. That mouthful.
No, I mean, 380,000. I'm sorry. 380,000.
Everyone bought 2 copies. Daniel, you bought 2 copies. You didn't even know it.
I did. I like threw him out my window. Take a Kirby. Take a Kirby.
How many people are in the world?
How many people are in the world? Like 7 billion?
Okay, so we got about half the population of the entire world bought a Kirby.
No, it's like a 14th of the world.
Oh, 14th. Like, I don't know. I can't do math.
It's like nearly the entire United States.
I'm just a simple man from Wisconsin that drives a forklift and hosts a video game podcast. I can't do math.
But yeah, good for Kirby. This is its most successful. I think we kind of assumed that this would, but I still don't think it's going to be a high selling. It's I think kind of like Metroid last year,
Dread.
Where Metroid Dread last year, where it was the high selling of the series, but it still didn't like completely break through, and I think that's fine. I feel like Kirby's the same. I think the highest selling Kirby.
I think both of those are going to end up being like this will be the highest selling Kirby game, and that was probably the highest. Is that already the highest selling Metroid game? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think it landed at like 3 million.
It's just the magic of the Switch here, you know. It's a guaranteed 10 million copy seller, you know. It's just
I don't think so. I think it's still going to be around.
I mean, I'm over exaggerating, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
I think the highest selling Kirby was like 2 or 3 million as well. So like this probably get to like 4 to 5, I would assume. Yeah, which is still amazing. Good for Kirby. Good for that little
Kirby
thing. What if?
What would keep putting shit in your mouth?
I was just gonna ask, like, what do you think Mouthful Daniel mode looks like? Like,
I don't want to. Or could he?
Okay.
Like, what do you put that mic in your mouth? Let's see. No, don't. Oh, Sims left.
He was ready for that.
You about to eat his mic?
Eat it. I'm so cold. I've had to go make coffee and everything.
Sims, you call your robe a gown? Do you call that?
It's a dressing. Where do we call it? Dressing gown over here.
See, I call it a robe.
It's a robe. It's like a bathrobe.
Or when you asked, I literally thought you were gonna go put a dress on, and I was like, okay.
I don't know. It was different, innit? America's so weird. Like, I watched this lady, right? So anyway, so I watched this like lady on Facebook, and she's like moved to Yorkshire, so she's moved to Leeds, and like she's got very popular by like comparing the differences from like America to England, and like she's like questioning like where are our like fire hydrants, because like. England don't have fire hydrants. We don't have fire hydrants.
How do you put out fires?
That's what she said.
What happens if there's a fire?
I think they're just underground.
What's underground?
What do you have the thing on top that would put it out? On the roof? Like those little like
sprinklers, yeah, but like if a fire engine was to turn up, I think they hook up to like we have like pipes underground. But no, we don't have we don't have red things sticking out the ground.
Oh, yeah, I mean like as like a restaurant, we have I think 2, maybe 3 in the place. Like it's required by.
Yeah, they're I forgot what they're called. They're like long pipes sticking out the front.
No. That's for like the oven. We have that, but I mean we actually have like
that. Actual.
Yeah, Connor. So we have a pipe system for like because we have a deep fryer and an oven. That's for like if it's a grease fire.
A sprinkler system. Yeah, sure.
But it's for like super grease fires to put out a grease fire because you can't really do anything with a grease fire.
And if that thing goes off,
it's crazy. Then
it's expensive.
It's a big deal. Yeah. But then we have like just regular fire hydrants.
That's like legal requirement for like any business.
Mm-hmm,
but like if a fire engine would turn up,
we have one at the street.
Like we don't have the fire hydrants out that they're not like red. You know, like you have like the
yellow things,
the red, the red obviously in the movies or whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But no, we everything's different over there. Like we have sometimes we do like struggle with communications because like you don't know what I'm talking about. Like.
No, I get confused by you all the time. You
know. So what we're talking about? We're talking about what we done. We talked about the Kirby numbers.
Talking about what can fit in Kirby's mouth.
I said, what would a mouthful Daniel look like?
I heard that.
And then he was going to eat his mic. But next up, we're going to move on from mouthful. One Piece Odyssey has been announced and is releasing sometime in 2022. This will be the 42nd One Piece video game adaptation. put that in there.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm glad you put that in there. I knew there were a few other games, and I know that there was the one a few years ago, the World Seeker. They seemed pretty cool.
I just saw that online, and I was like, that's a good fact.
That's a good fact.
We need to tell the people about that. The 40-second One Piece video game. I didn't know there was one.
You don't remember the one World Seeker? It was like an open world.
Honestly, One Piece is one of those you could have told me it just came out like 2 years ago, and I would have been like, yeah, oh, okay, cool. Yeah,
One Piece has been around forever. It has like 1,000 episodes.
I am not the anime guy. I just can't do it with a lot of anime show.
It's one of the biggest anime in the world. It has 1,000 episodes.
That's a lot of episodes. That's
too many episodes.
It's insane.
Too many episodes.
It's insane.
I used to work with
Sloan's like has watched. I don't know if he's completely to the 1,000, but he was like in the 900s or something.
Every time I learn a new detail about Sloan, I'm like, stop. No, I need that man
new Sloan fact.
That's it. Don't tell me anything else about him.
I used to work with a guy, a Latvian gentleman. He was a nice bloke.
Is that a town?
It's a country, right? Latvia's Poland's.
What's he trying to say?
Latvia.
Yeah, I think
that's translate. Latvia.
It's a country.
That's a country.
Latvia it's like Latvia.
Latvia.
I know Lafayette, Louisiana.
I think it's a V, not an F. Isn't it?
Latvia a country? Yeah.
It's a LATV. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Is that where the Scousers live, Sims?
No. It's like okay. It's almost near. It's like
in Europe, right?
Yeah, it's near like Poland and Russia and stuff.
So many small countries.
Anyway, so it doesn't matter. You've ruined my story. So anyway, I used to work with this Latvian. Obviously, so there was always a communication in it because obviously he was like very Latvian and he was still struggling with the English translation. But the only thing he would ever say to me is like, "You watch One Piece," and I genuinely thought this man was talking about chicken. What? And I was like, because obviously I was just being friendly with him. Do you know what I mean? I was technically his boss, so I was like, One Piece.
Talk about like. One Piece.
Steve, it's like you have to watch One Piece. You have to watch One Piece. So I was like,
and you thought the man just went home and like, put up a chicken drumstick and just watched it.
I don't honestly. I'd never like. It was always talking about One Piece. Anyway,
okay, that's the story. There's a new One Piece game.
A good One Piece
I think it's coming out this year, right? Yeah, it's coming out at the end of this year.
Sometime in 2022. There you go for you fucking One Piece fans. I'm not gonna fucking play it, but have fun. Next up, everybody's golf servers are shutting down sometime in September. The whole world is crying about this one. I didn't realize so many people played everybody's fucking golf, but there you go.
I just put it in there just for like, hey, if you're playing it, play it as much as you can right now because servers are ending.
Did you guys ever play this, Sims? You look like you'd play the shit out of this.
I owned it.
It's a game I would like, but I didn't.
I owned it. The game kind of I thought it was used to be called something else, didn't it? It was like
it was Hot Shots, right?
Yeah, so like I've got
it was Hot Shots.
I'm gonna say like I've got like a second mum and dad, if that makes sense. Like very close to the family. Like took me on as their own. Bought me Zero Divide for the PS1. Never forget Zero Divide. Yeah. But no, every time we go around there, like we'd always have Hot Shots on, always. So yeah, I mean, hopefully they're just making something else, or like, we get another like arcade golf game because it's decent. I owned it for the PS4. Sorry, I owned it for the PS4.
Maybe they're making another one.
Yeah,
it's
been
a while since.
It could just be making a sequel. What year was this? 2017. So
that sounds about right.
Yeah. It's quiet. Oh god. I suppose we quite. Right. I mean, let's face it. If we didn't like really like watch kind of on it, would we really be still talking about it now?
No, but I mean, I do like golf games, and it's just like I just never tried this one. It seemed cool. I kind of like.
It's just very Japanese. It's very Japanese.
Definitely.
And maybe people just don't. If you're a golfer and you want to play a golf game, you look at this very Japanese golf game, and it could be a put off. It could be they want the proper simulated Tiger Woods or Rory McIlroy or whatever. So, but like
or Mario.
Oh, Mario, yes. But I suppose you got to get a Mario. If you look at Mario and then this one, you got to go for Mario.
I'd rather Mario.
Yeah, exactly. But this is a very decent game, Paul. I mean, yeah, it's a bummer. But like I suppose like servers cost money, right? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean that's just the world of online gaming.
So rip I forgot the name of the game. I can't think of the name.
Everybody's Golf?
That's it.
Don't tell him. God damn it.
I was just about like drowning in this. Like, I don't know what to say.
Next up, your last news story. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe is finally releasing on April 27th. A couple weeks away.
Soon. And this game got announced so long ago.
Forever. I can't remember when this was announced to be coming to consoles, but I was like, all right, I can't wait to play that. And now it's finally here. It's like,
it was before the show, I'm pretty sure.
Definitely. I think it was like 2018-ish. Like around there.
It was like, it was so long ago.
Just a game that, when did this game originally release? 2012, maybe? 2013?
Something like that. It was right around the time I built my first PC. Because this was one of the first like games I played on my PC.
Fuck.
And I want to say this Ultra Deluxe, I could be wrong. Doesn't it have like new content that they're putting in?
Yeah, I think, doesn't this game have like a lot of endings and stuff like that? I think it has like different endings.
Are they adding more? Okay.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know exactly. Yeah. I'm excited to finally play this game though. I was one thing I've never played, and
I saw you say that. I didn't know you didn't play it.
No, I just never had the opportunity.
Super charming game. It's super funny.
No, it always seems hilarious every time they show it.
Yeah,
whatever.
It's just really voiced by one guy, and it's just like the narrator, and he's so good.
How long is it?
I mean, if it depends on how many endings you want to do.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can get an ending, and it's just minutes.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Looking forward to this game then.
I don't know if there's like a.
He just looked at the camera like, "What the fuck did you just ask?"
Yeah, because like you said, Steve, are you going to? And then Daniel said something.
I was just gonna say, I don't know what is there like a canon and like a full ending. I don't know if there is. But go ahead.
I mean, it kind of just got announced, and then I was like, oh, but I don't remember anything. I've like, reading about it. Apparently, it's like it's been remade twice already or something. And then like Tucker just comes in the chat and says like it's probably one of the greatest games ever, and I was like, oh well, I guess I'm in. Like. Like I really.
You've never played it.
I don't know. I've never. I can't. I want to say I can't. You watch so many shows and you read so much news. Like you can only retain so much information, right? So like, sure. Yeah, I'm down. Like if Tucker says it's a good game, I'm gonna trust this child.
What about me? Did you not trust me?
I just like Tucker. No,
okay.
Tucker literally just like Tucker. We came from the. He hasn't said anything in the chat for a while. He just comes out with this random nugget of like, yeah, this is one of the greatest things ever made. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm in. So, and it's so close to my birthday as well. So I might just treat myself and get that.
Yeah.
But yes, Daniel, I trust your opinion.
Thank you. I think it's not a full price game, right? Like it's like $40 or something. Or I'd have to look at the price, but
I mean, you can beat this game in minutes, right? I seriously doubt they'd charge. Well, that
for an ending, I'd have to let me click on this. Let me see if they actually have
probably like 20, honestly.
We talked about the Game Pass family plan.
We did. Yeah, sorry, you got up. Was there something you want to say on the Game Pass family side?
I'm just glad that we don't have to like plan our Xbox gaming sessions, like. Because like if
can you not like lock? Oh, okay. I guess
so. Like basically, if my console is primary down the stairs, I'm probably doing it arse backwards as well. So like everyone can play. I don't have to be signed in down the stairs for anyone to work. But say if like it helps as well because my kids only really play Fortnite and Roblox. But if sometimes they want to play Minecraft, if they want to play online, I have to be signed in. So you kind of just leave me on in the background and then everything else works around me, if that makes sense, on other consoles. But down the stairs, it's like primary. Maybe I should have primary up here. It's very complicated because, like, but having a family plan, buzzing, because everyone's having Games Pass. Everybody. Because I will happily pay £20 for it. Everybody.
Everybody in the club getting Game Pass.
Wow.
That was so good. That's the coolest thing you've said. That's the coolest thing he's ever said. 112 episodes and Daniel says something cool.
We're here. Congrats. All right, well, that's going to do it for the news.
I feel like there's stuff I want to talk about, but it's probably like 3 weeks old, so...
Yeah, it definitely is.
I don't know.
Sims... We're gonna now move on to what we've been playing.
Don't do that.
Sims.
Don't do it.
What have you been playing?
Horizon.
You've been gone a while.
Oh my god, Horizon! Like Horizon.
So, yeah, where are you?
I finished it. All done, finished, finito, done. I don't want to play it. I know you're not interested in that specifically, Daniel, but the idea of like doing all these challenges really put me off. I tried doing I think it's
like 12 altogether.
Yeah, it really. I just thought, you know what? I played this game way too long anyway. I haven't got enough time for it, and I'm just like, I didn't platinum #1. Just little things that just like kept putting me off, and I was just like, all the cauldrons seem to be the same, so I'm not gonna do them. I did all the tool next, so I had to do one of the cauldrons. Well, I just can't bother. So I've played it too much. Like I did do it wrong at the beginning. I should have just went through the game and then got the bird and then started flying around everywhere.
That's what I was trying to tell you. Yeah.
Getting on that bird though, pretty sick.
Yeah, it's super cool. Because you could just do it. And
I hope
right
they
there.
expand it more in the third one. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. Like, I want combat in the air. That'd be fucking dope. Like, let me shoot that.
Combat. I mean, still want to be able to climb everything.
Races. They could have made it a bit more fun flying that bird. Like, it was cool, right? But like, it wasn't like exactly fun just flying. You know,
it wasn't. Like, it wasn't as
maybe make it a bit more arcadey. No, I want it more arcadey. Like, let me fucking.
Like
jump
barrel
off, jump up out of the birds, and barrel roll and attack.
I mean, I just want the controls to be real tight. So,
I know we're talking about Horizon, right? We've got a guy in the chat. His name is the Dude, right? And he says the Dude. So obviously this guy knows what he's talking about.
He's important.
He goes, like, "I'm glad that Breath of the Wild 2 got delayed into 2023. Now we have the chance of getting Twilight Princess to the Switch." Now, listen, the Dude, you obviously, I don't know if you know around here, you probably tune in every week, and you know what, thank you so much. But if I don't get Wind Waker before Twilight Princess, I will not be responsible for my actions, okay? I need Wind Waker, and there's no excuse now, alright? You bring out this stupid Skyward Sword motion controlled.
Some people like that game.
Bullshit.
Like one guy that likes that game.
The
guy that made it.
I was either getting like tinnitus in my elbow playing that game, or tinnitus in my. I don't even know what tinnitus is, but I'm saying it now in my thumb with the bullshit.
Tinnitus is your ears.
Okay.
You thinking of arthritis?
I'm not bothered. I'm getting some kind of fucking pain in my elbow playing that game. Now, I thank you so much. Please don't comment to the podcast and don't be spreading that bad juju. I want Wind Waker. Princess? I just want Wind Waker.
How about both?
I just need Wind Waker. And I don't think he's even in the chat. But thank you so much.
I played Twilight Princess for like 2 hours, and I did not like it one bit.
I heard that there's that intro, and once you get past that, it's when it really gets good. But
okay, so I've been on and on about this all week. Now, do we want to talk spoilers right now? Because I feel like we could put in the description. Look, guys.
Yeah, we don't need to put in the description. Let's talk spoilers. That game's been out.
Right, I'm gonna put it in the. We should put something in the description, like warning, spoilers for Horizon. All right, like Greg asked me. Greg asked me to put banana pudding on Twitter, and I did.
Connor, put your hand to your face.
Put your hand to your face. Just smack yourself.
There you go. Told you.
Wow.
I told you to put your hand to your face.
Just like... Anyway,
do you have something in particular you want to say?
I genuinely really enjoyed the story. I find the game story wise, like the combat, the melee combat, yeah. But I enjoyed fighting the robot dinosaurs. But the story was, I feel like the story was the main attraction for me. And I think if in Horizon 3, I think my relationship with Horizon is, I just want to know what the story is about. I'm not necessarily that. But the world is beautiful, and the game is one of the best games I've ever seen. Probably one of the best well-made games ever, other than the climbing. That's a bit, yeah. But for visually, fucking amazing. Animated, fucking amazing. Aloy's hair, fucking amazing.
What do you mean? It goes crazy. It's constantly just like
it's just there's a lot of wind, man.
out.
There's a lot of wind.
And have you ever had long hair? Sometimes it clips through your shoulder, man. I mean,
does it? You'll just be sitting there, and her hair is just moving all the time.
It was like you ever see Pirates of the Caribbean, the Davy Jones guy with the tentacles?
Oh, she has tentacle hair. Okay.
Yeah, they're tentacles. They're snakes. You don't understand. Read the lore, Daniel.
Right, so let's just talk spoilers. I really enjoyed the Power Ranger story.
Power Ranger?
The Power Ranger story.
Yeah, he means the villains are Power Ranger villains, and I 100%.
We're going into full spoilers.
Yeah, I think we should. Yeah, like I need to talk about this game. Okay?
Sure.
We're gonna say.
I really liked it too. I love that wacky.
Super sci-fi.
It got
super sci-fi.
It was so
super sci-fi.
out of left field for me.
Yeah,
where like I was like, whoa, this is what we're doing in this game. Like we're fighting
clones, Power Ranger villains.
Yeah, this crazy like high society people flew off before everything went to shit from Earth, and now they came back to Earth, and that's who we're fighting, and they found a way to make them immortal and shit.
Exactly. Like, that's the twist that I like too. Is like it wasn't even that it's like they survived, and they haven't aged really. It's like they are so high and so advanced. These aren't descendants because this is 1,000 years later. They are literally the same. They've learned over 1,000 years. These are super highly intelligent beings that have.
So just to dumb it down for people like myself, the world went to shit. They got on this rocket, found this planet.
It supposedly blew up.
Find the power morphers, and then fucked up somewhere. They fucked up, obviously, and came back. And then what?
And are bringing the Nemesis with them.
Yeah, what was the point of them coming back to Earth? What were they trying to do? What were they trying to do? I forgot.
They want to get Gaia to bring it to a different planet to terraform somewhere where Nemesis could never find them. Right. That is their goal. And then they
were basically trying to get another form of Gaia so they could take it to another planet and then start over from there. And then also at the same time, I think leave Nemesis to be Earth's problem, right?
Yeah.
Like that
exactly, pretty much.
They're trying to lead Nemesis to Earth to make it their problem, and that way it would. I forget how it would never find them again, but whatever, they would find it.
Well, because like they are humans, and the only other planet they really know is Earth. So it's like, unless they just go out into random places try to find them, that could be what it does. But they wouldn't know exactly where they went. I think was the idea.
And then we also find out that Nemesis was the one that sent the signal to Hades for the first game. So it's pretty much Nemesis is the main villain throughout this, what's presumably a trilogy.
Presumably.
Yeah. I guess my one problem with this is like, it was a bit too much. Now looking back on it, it was a bit too much of a cliffhanger for a bit too much of a, hey, we're doing a third game, you know, for it's like, well, we all know you're going to do a third game, you know, it's a little bit like, you know, Halo 2, like where, you know, it's like we're finishing the fight, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, wait fucking 6 years for the next game.
Halo 2 was different because there wasn't more that they cut out. Like there actually was more there to Halo 2. I feel like this wasn't them cutting things out.
No, I mean, certainly not. They knew what they were doing.
I just wanted to say, I feel like Halo 2 was just a little different than this, but I understand what you mean.
Just a bit too much of a cliffhanger, but it's still cool. It's a cool setup and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It was literally like such a weird, like the game. The beginning was very long, and then all of a sudden, I forgot what you were doing. You were doing something, weren't you? I can't remember. It was that I played it that long ago. Like all of a sudden, you're in this room, you're trying to get something, and all of a sudden, the whole game just gets flipped on its head. And there's like all of a sudden these weird, and I remember just going, "Fucking hell, what's going on here?" I just put my drink down and I'm like, "Oh, okay, what's happening here?" Like we got all the fucking Power Rangers has just turned up, and it just became like I was so interested in like trying to do the next story, but I was also battling my own way of trying to play the game, and then like going to like Las Vegas, and like Las Vegas is probably my favorite bit in the game, and like you know meeting these three amazing characters in the game. Probably my favorite three characters in the game. Them three, those collectors. They were so
friends.
If you go back and do the mission afterwards with them with the hot air balloon,
no,
fucking
no. But it was just such
go back and do that. There's him and Aloy go on a date. They pretty much go on a date.
That's funny.
It's
I like
not
the little connection they had.
It's not like a romantic thing. Like at least, I mean, like they kind of hint towards that, but like I don't know who even knows what Aloy's sexuality.
They had a little connection there. I liked it.
Yeah, they definitely did.
I do feel like Aloy was very confusing because like at one point she'd just gone through the wars, woke up, saw Vol kissing some other girl in the shadows, and I'm like, well, like what, are you jealous or are you just pissed off because he's distracted? Like, what do you want, Aloy? What do you need? Like, because she wasn't, I don't know, she's just, I want to say she was like so focused on the mission, but like she almost wasn't. Like, it was just, she was such a frustrating character to play as. Like, she wasn't, because you keep going to the left to pick up that item. Like, ooh, what's over there? I gotta save the world, but he was so distracting. Like, but I don't know. Like, Aloy as a character is like not the most. She's not that interesting, but like, she's just.
I feel like she was more interesting in the first game.
Just flawed. Like, it just.
I feel like Aloy really came into a leadership role in this game, and I really like that about her. It was a very much I got to get this shit done because I'm literally the only one who can type of mindset, and I kind of appreciated that. You know, a lot of people online calling her like bitchy and stuff like that. I disagree. Kind of just think
that's a little far.
Yeah, it's pretty far, and I kind of just think like, no, look at the position she's fucking in. She's literally the only one that can save the world. Literally the only one that's not like she goes around to all these different tribes and whatnot, and they're all like worried, thinking like these robots are gods and stuff. They're so primal compared to her now, and like she's like, dude, I've got problems that you guys couldn't even possibly understand right now.
Yeah, you cannot fathom the level of what I'm dealing with.
You guys have no idea what I'm going through right now. You couldn't even. You would have to take a whole fucking class for me to even explain what's going on in my life. You know, so like, yeah, the weight of the world is literally on her shoulders, and I appreciated when she became that leader. You know,
I like where she ends, but like it was a lot of the game. I'm with you, Sims.
What happened? Was there an end game? Was there an end credit scene? Because obviously the game ends, and then you have that scene. There's a scene where you're on a bird, and the credits are rolling. So does anything happen after that? Because I kind of skipped it.
I don't think so.
No,
I didn't see anything.
There's no post credit or anything.
So literally, you all of a sudden like you fight Trinity, and then that's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then the whole
Nemesis thing, right?
Yeah, Nemesis is...
And he changes his mind, quicker than anyone could possibly change.
That was such a weird decision from Silas. Why not send him? Why not let him go and then have him come back at beginning of number 3? Because it seems so awkward because he's up the steps. He's like, okay, I'm going now, and then he's like, okay, I'm not going. Let him go.
I don't even understand why they put that in. Like, if he was gonna stay, why did you even hint towards him leaving?
It reminded me of me going upstairs to the toilet and then going, oh shit, I forgot my phone, and then going to go and get my phone to go sit in the toilet. It was such a weird decision. Why?
Well, he has that little shudder where he's seeing them all, being happy, and I think he really wants.
He doesn't give a fuck. Silas didn't give a fuck.
I think he does.
He's actually got a girlfriend in one of these tribes, and he's like, "I want to leave though."
But he knows that they need him, and I think that shows a little bit of growth.
The only reason they could have done that scene is to let you know that ship is there to leave, and maybe that'll lead something into the third game. Maybe they'll have to leave, or maybe they lose, and they have to leave or something. I don't know. Who knows?
Earth will not be destroyed.
Earth cannot be destroyed. It could. How
cool
would that be? Then the fourth game's on a new planet. I'm down for that.
No, Earth or be it Mars. No, Earth was not going to be destroyed. I don't think so.
It was very interesting. What do we think about Vol's death? Obviously, listening to Spoilercast, we know what we're talking about.
I liked Vol. I didn't think the death was super impactful or anything. I wish it was Aaron that died because no one likes Aaron. But
Aaron sucks.
Yeah, Aaron sucks. But then it really wouldn't have been impactful if Aaron died. Everyone would have just.
Who cares?
I like Aaron. He's a bumbling. He reminds me of me. Do you really need me on this podcast? No. Do you feel sorry for me? Yes. Do you know what I mean? Do I have feelings for you guys?
Clearly he has alcoholism.
Has he got a problem? Yes.
I think that with his death, I feel like they were like, yeah, we need somebody to die, and who else is it going to be?
But I think the reason why it becomes impactful is because you spent the most amount of time with him. He's literally there in the first 30 seconds of the video game.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. For me, obviously, because I remember Zero Dawn that much. I had no idea who this guy was. I was like, oh, Donald Glover's here. I was like, oh, cool.
In the first one, like he's in the first part for a good amount, but it's not like I don't know. I don't remember. To be honest, Zero Dawn is like that game had this game improved way more on the side characters than Zero Dawn did. I don't remember anything from the side characters in Zero Dawn, but this game I think improved tenfolds in that.
Definitely.
But yeah, like I don't know. Some people just need to learn to run away. Like if this Power Ranger's coming at you, just run. There's no shame. Just run. There's no shame.
I love going back to the base, especially when the Matrix girl character, when she was there, you got to learn more about the Zeniths and all the people there and stuff like that. I loved learning about that type of stuff. The lore in this game was fantastic.
Yeah, I like to listen to what Guy had to say about the Zeniths and what happened, and and I like to hear about Elizabeth Sobek, and I like to the Ted Farrow mission that was interesting.
Yeah, until they don't show what happened.
Yeah, which is weird.
Just what a bad decision.
Not showing the monster showed it.
I wanted to see it.
Show it. Very stupid though. Is my argument with that? Is like if you did show it, is like what if he looks stupid?
Well, then it's stupid. Who cares?
Right. Well, exactly. But then that's just another knock against the game. I think they were trying to leave it a mystery. Right, and I agree. They probably should have just showed it, but I don't know. I see why
some grotesque thing, and that's it. Like he's just stuck to a wall, and he's just and then he burns, and that's it. I don't care. Just show something. It felt off that they didn't show anything.
When you meet them in San Fran, and this guy's called CO, which is so funny. And then he dies, and then they come back out, and he's like, "Oh, where is he? Oh, something happened. I forgot what she says." And he's like, "Look, let's cut the shit. The guy was a dickhead." Like,
he sucks. Yeah.
Shout out to Alva. Is it Alva?
Alva.
Such a genuine character. Like, probably a lovely human being. Like, just
so is Kotalo was one of my favorites. I like Kotalo a lot.
All the ones that were back on the base were so good. Except
man. I really enjoyed listening to Alva. I could have talked to Alva for a very long time.
Yeah, she was great. She
just
what do you
seems
guys
so
think
like.
Possibilities are we visit Japan in the third game with that being where that whole tribe's from? That'd be very cool to me.
Yeah, because they kept talking about overseas, right?
Yeah, so they're going, aren't they? That's Japan, where they were going, weren't they?
Yeah,
it'd be interesting. Like.
Keep going further west. Yeah, I don't know.
I'd like to get out of America in the next game. That'd be very cool to me.
If this is going to be a worldwide extinction, who knows what'll happen?
If they want to keep it to America and we go East Coast this time, right? Like New York.
That would be very cool too. Yeah.
Yeah. That way, across the trilogy, we'll get pretty much all of the United States.
Sure.
Well,
they might do that.
Daniel did make a very valid point. And I think we were talking after the last time I was on the show. That was ages ago. But at the beginning of the game, everyone's like, "Oh, we don't go west. We don't know what happens over the west. It's the Forbidden West." And yeah, everybody's there. Like everybody. Like everyone's like, "Yo, what's up?" Oh, right. So there's people here. Yeah, it's all cracking off over there. Like we've got San Francisco. There's a shop over there. There's an Asda over there. There's a Walmart over there. Oh, but this place speaks forbidden. You know what I mean? It was just so like the game hyped it up like the Forbidden West, and then everybody's just chilling. Like everyone's just like, "Yo, what's up?" It's so funny. Like just I really enjoyed it. Like I think I just burnt out in the end. When I finished it, I was like, okay.
There's a lot to do, and if you do everything like you were doing,
yeah. I think I've realized like. I don't have time for video games. I don't have time to mess about. Like I sat there questioning like I might have to give up the platinum thing unless it is as obtainable as I'd like it to be. Like I just didn't want to put another 10 hours in and then plus with the challenges that involves frustration. Like I've not been frustrated in that game once. I have not died during combat. Like I've been knocked off a cliff once by this motherfucker. Well, that's it. And like I don't want to be frustrated, and it makes me. And like, that's just me. But yeah, good game. You know, let's put a score on it. I give it a good 9. Good 9 because it's just the game is well made. It's beautiful. The animations are incredible. Like watching, like looking at people, looking at the anguish on Beta's face, and like, is Beta getting a name? That's a good one. She got really annoying, didn't she? She was so. It was like that relationship was so weird because like she got so like. Aloy got so frustrated with her, like almost like disliked this person, and then next minute they're fam. Do you know what I mean? They are familiar.
Well, they had that one scene where she tried to connect with her.
Of course, yeah, definitely. But all of a sudden, it was like this woman. It was almost like, oh, this is a burden to us. And obviously, like, it was almost like, I just need you to talk and then go away. And then next minute, they're brethren.
If I met a clone of myself, I'd be a complete asshole towards him too. You know, fuck him. I'm the better.
But do we think Beta's getting a name?
No.
Yeah, I think it'll just be Beta. I don't see why.
A and B. I think you keep it Beta. You know, Alpha and Beta.
Yeah, but she's Aloy. She's not Alpha.
Yeah, but it's an A.
I don't know, man. Do you think she's gonna grow a hair and they're gonna have like similar hairstyles, or will she always have short hair?
I mean, they'll keep it her own style. I don't think it'd look like Aloy. It'll just be her own. She's just gonna be her own character.
Beta, is that who played it? Is it
Ashley Birch?
But
she played 3 characters in this game. Yeah.
Who was the third?
That's the dumbest question you've
ever
asked.
Is it? I just couldn't.
It's a fucking clone.
No, I know, but like,
I understand his question though. But yeah, because her performances are so good. Yeah, Ashley Birch is just one of the goods, right?
I feel like Ashley Birch got the shine more as Beta than Aloy, honestly.
Because it was just a different.
There's so many different levels of emotion coming from Beta with the shit she's been through and whatnot.
Aloy just seems so numb to it all. Like even at her lowest of lows, like she's just like, yeah, this is just normal shit.
It's just happening.
And I think Connor's just hitting the nail on the head. Like Beta, she just showed like so much pain and confusion and like anger and then, you know, hope, if that makes sense. Like because she could go from, oh, everything's gonna be alright to, oh shit, nothing's gonna be alright. Like this is you've not got. It's like I think that conversation she had where like, oh, we're sorting out the guy thing. Don't worry about it. What's it called? What's it called?
Hermione?
No, he's talking about one of the subordinates.
And she's like, she was like, oh, you've got this. Oh, everything's gonna be alright. And then Aloy's like, oh, well, you know, we're a bit behind. She's like, no, it's all done. Like, it's over. It's, you know, blah blah blah. And it was just like that kind of like range of emotions. Like, shout out to Ashley Birch, man. She smashed it up.
Yeah.
Was it Hephaestus?
That's the one. See, Lord, 10 points to Gryffindor.
Sounds like a STD. All right, what else we been playing here?
Let's talk about Elden Ring for the next 25 hours.
Okay, cool. Let's do that. I gotta go to work soon, but I beat Elden Ring.
I beat Elden Ring.
Daniel has also beaten Elden Ring. Daniel went above and beyond and beat the hardest boss in the game.
Yeah, how come we did that? Everyone's talking like it's that odd, and you just made it look easy. What's going on, Daniel?
I mean, what I did was I ended up like having a player to help me, but like, why not do that if it's there in the game? So I did. I mean, it was still challenging even with having another person.
Only time I needed a player to help, the last boss I did. The very last boss, I was just.
I did it with the last boss too.
Yeah,
but like, it's fun to have somebody. The last
boss was just pissing me the fuck off. So yeah, it was cool to have someone come in.
It's just fun to have somebody there too. It's just fun to play a co-op, right? Yeah, beat it. This game, in every sense of the word, is a journey. A fantastic one at that. But like this game, you know, you go through what your character goes through. It is a journey. It is an open world journey. Not only does the map get bigger, you reveal more and more. I really like all the new areas. I don't want to like spoil some of the areas, but like you go into a new area and I'm like, this is amazing. I'm seeing something new and it looks awesome. Going into a dungeon and I'm like, how is this here? You know? Do you have anything to say, Connor? I know you're running out of time.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite part of the game, is just seeing new areas and stuff like that. This game does a really good job of having unique scenery and stuff like it's like, you know, here's a field with a giant castle in it, but it's not like just like your typical castle and stuff like that. Like everything will be like shaded like gold or something like that. You know what I mean? You get that town towards the end that's like just this giant golden city. I guess I'm kind of spoiling shit, but it was cool nonetheless to just see.
You guys have spoiled shit.
There's always the last 3 weeks. Yeah, but you're not going to play it anyway.
Yeah, you're not playing.
It is funny the way me and Daniel have talked about this on the show because like we literally just.
I think you clocked in a whole podcast talking about it, wouldn't we?
Yeah, no, you could clip those all together and have a horrible show. But anyways, I just really like the scenery and seeing new stuff like that. And like Daniel's right, it is very much just like a journey. Like by the time I was done, I was like, "Fucking hey, that was an experience."
Thanos looking at the sunset, just
it kind of reminded me of in a much different way, Red Dead 2, where like you finished that game and I was like
100%. No, to me, that's
some shit, you know.
That is perfect. That is a perfect.
Whereas Red Dead 2 was that like, because of the story and stuff like that. This game wasn't the same because of that, but it was just like, look how far I've fucking come by the
same
end.
Feeling though. Yeah.
Or it's
definitely.
Like, oh, I was just like ready to fucking delete it towards the end. But I don't. I really like the game. I still have problems with it. Lack of guidance. Of course. Yeah, lack of guidance in this game. I think they could have done a lot. There's a part in the game where you get this volcano place, right? That's what it is. And then they give you legitimate quests and put red markers on your map for the thing you got to go kill. And I was just thinking, like, you could have done that for all the demigods in this game, which are the mage's bosses you need to beat the game. And it's like, you could have, even Breath of the Wild, right? They pointed out where those 4 different things were on the map. It's just like little things like that. Like, throw me a freaking bone here in this game at some point. You know, I had to go outside of the game so much to beat the game that it broke the immersion for me, where this is supposed to be like the most immersive game ever, right? Like, you know, there's barely any menus, shit on your screen, stuff like that. But I had to look at my phone so many times just to beat this game that it took me out of the experience a lot.
For me, that doesn't necessarily bother me, like looking up like, oh, how do I do this? Because I'll do that anyways. You know, I'll go to like a YouTube and like, oh, where's this item to do this thing in a different game, right? And I'm like, that's fine. I don't necessarily get taken out of the game for me. Like Rainey's quest, like, oh, what do I need to do now with the doll, right? And stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, I'll look it up. That's fine. It doesn't bother me. I am all about the exploration, and this game does so fantastic in that. Very immersive. Like, I would never have expected to play this game and then to be as in love with the game as I am, coming from my history with pretty much every From game, for the most part, that I've played. I just kind of bounce off, but I don't know what it was with this. Was it just so many options in the game? You know, I could just make myself stronger and I'll go through everything. I don't know, but I think the game's very special.
I'll be very curious when we get the Game of the Year talks where I think of this game. What am I going to remember? You know, am I going to remember the awesome boss battles and
the journey
cool it was and the journey overall? And I do like the combat quite a bit. You know, I think there's games with better combat.
A variety.
Yeah, but like, you know, I do enjoy this combat, right? You know, so there's that. Or am I going to remember the grinding and killing that bird for fucking 10 hours straight? Or the lack of guidance and stuff like that. You know, what's going to stick out to me more? I'll be very curious, even like a month or two, what does stick out in my head more.
For me, usually the annoying things in a game, unless it's like so bad, I kind of forget about.
The grinding was generally that bad, where like I was getting fucking sick of the game towards the end because I was still like, I still don't feel strong enough to fight this boss. Guess I'm going to go kill that bird for another hour. You know what I mean? And it was, I know you don't have to do that, but I did. So ultimately, that's my experience with the game, and it's held back because of that for me. Yeah. Whereas in the beginning of the game, it was interesting because I didn't feel like I needed to do that at all. But then as the game went on and on and on, I did feel like I needed to grind, which was my biggest problem with.
I guess it's
became my
definitely. It's definitely a minor complaint about the level. Right? I still feel like where I ended up, I was way too high of a level. Like I feel like once you get to like 100, I should be like, whatever, that's fine. That's a high level. You should be good, but
fucking difficult. Like, these games do not have to be this hard. You will get the same thing if they are just a little bit. Like, I understand difficulty is fun to some extent, but this hard is just too fucking much. It really is.
Sure. The difficulty, I think, is an interesting discussion because I think that they do a lot to alleviate some of that in other ways. Like, you can just level yourself up. I know you don't want to grind, but you can just grind until that boss, you were hitting that boss and it just wrecks him. You can just summon, some stuff to help you, like the Mimic or just any other of the summons. You can just call in players. You can have 2 people come in, and then 3 of you are just dominating this boss. So they do other things to help you. I agree, though. I think that they're maybe a little bit easier for some other people, but I mean, I feel like a lot of people, if they could beat Godric, that first main god, I think that most people could beat this game. If you can get through Godric, I feel like if you want to go through the journey, you could probably beat it.
Definitely. And I do think there's like an amazing experience here if you take your time with it too, right?
Yes, take your time. Let the world.
It would have to taking your time. I mean, like it will take you like 6 months to beat this fucking game if you're doing.
We took our time. It was less than a month.
We didn't take. We don't take
my time
like normal people, Daniel. Like we put like 4 hours into a game every day. That's not normal.
Well, that's still taking my time though. I'm not like rushing through the game. Like
but for like a normal person that has like 2 to 3 hours a day at most to play a game and take your time like that, imagine how long if you had that little time it would have taken.
I understand.
Yeah. How many hours a day do you 2 game?
And stuff like that. I had 80. So
I mean, how many? But like, on a normal day.
Hours at the end.
But on a normal day, obviously, I think I've got your life settled. Like kind of like sort of like you kind of go to work and then you stay up most of the night and then sleep until you need to wake up to go to work. So how much of that night? Because I feel like I game back in the day. I game better at night. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I get like
what
3 to 6 hours. Monday through Friday, and then the weekend I get as much time as I fucking want. Right?
Oh, you got no distractions. You probably got your
six on the very high end, depending on when the fuck I get out of work, and then
Daniel. What about you? How much do you get to play?
As much as I really want. I don't know.
I get 2 hours if I'm lucky before I'm falling asleep. Oh shit! I'm playing Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I forgot to tell you.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
I'd like to talk about that.
Anyways, hang on. Elden Ring, very good. Loved it. Loved the experience.
I have got some questions. Maybe we could talk about it another time. I'm not gonna play it.
I'll just let you 2 keep going. What are your questions though? Because I got like 5 minutes.
We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, I mean, you can ask, or we can.
I just want to. The only question I have, I can't play this game, right?
I think
everything I'm in.
I think you totally could. I think you have enough skill to do it.
You totally do, but like I'm saying, like you're closer to a normal person and have the normal amount of time and people would to play games than me and Daniel are, right? Like we have an excessive amount of time. You do not with your kids and stuff like that and your job and all that. So like if you did play through this game, you're gonna be on it for months.
And I think if you wanted that great journey, I think that you could easily do it.
There's too much to do. Maybe one day. Maybe not. Tiny Tina's Wonderland's finish the show.
Hey, no, I'm gonna go to work. You two and talk about Tiny Tina. I will see you guys later.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. See you.
All right. See you guys. Hey, no, I do have a joke before I leave. What's 6 feet tall, has dashing good looks, and is amazingly fast, and can disappear in an instant?
Flash.
Connor.
Nice.
It's Connor.
What a great joke.
Did you see what he did there? I have not got the 2-way overlay. Why have I not got the 2-way overlay?
I don't know.
No, nothing. Oh, he's just left us like this, has he?
You can see half of my head.
I'm not prepared for this. No.
Talk about Tiny Tina. We can talk about Tiny Tina.
Let me just sort this out. Yeah. How are you getting on with it? We started it on Sunday night.
Okay. Yeah, we played, I think, a little bit on launch night. We had some like co-op issues, and we were playing it co-op.
Oh, so yeah, I'd like to talk about these co-op issues that you have. What are the co-op issues that you're having? Hold on, don't talk. Wait, 2 seconds. In fact, you know what? Just give up. We'll just do it this way. Yeah. How are you getting on with it?
The co-op, we were having issues with like just connecting to each other. We kept saying like the server failed issues. I'm not sure what was happening. But I started with one class and then I kind of switched to a different class. So I'm not as high of a level as like Sloan is right now.
Why did you change?
I think I'm at level 11. I started with the Spore Warden, and then like Sloan was just at work, and I was like, I kind of want to play a little bit, so I'm gonna try a different class. And then I just really liked the Berserker more, so I stuck with now I'm just the Berserker. I really like the Berserker. There's two different abilities that the Berserker has. She can like spin in a circle, and you just like it's on a cooldown, and you just attack everybody in a circle. Or the other option is like a slam. You basically just jump in the air and like slam down with your melee weapon. It deals like an area of effect damage, and I really like that one because there are two things. One of the abilities that the slam down has is if an enemy, a non-boss enemy, is at 20% of their life, it will instant kill them. And I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. I'll find ways to do that. And then if I kill someone, I get the cooldown back immediately. So then I can just slam again. And that just feels really good to keep slamming down. But I actually knocked Sloan down once because I hit a barrel and he was right next to me and the barrel exploded and took him down. But yeah, I really like the game. I know some people don't. I love Ashley Birch, and I like her performance. I think it's just super over the top and ridiculous. Yeah, I see part of my head too.
It's 2 minutes. Yeah. So just I mean, I can't really talk too much about it. I mean, we're there's I think
like 10 hours in maybe.
We're like chapter 4.
That's right. Yeah. So however far that is, that's where we are.
Yeah. So we're I mean, don't get me wrong. I think I'm looking at that screen now. I think this is the best aesthetic for the game. I think it's
super colorful.
So this is probably the best Borderlands has ever been, and it's not Borderlands, but
in terms of look, yeah, it's super colorful. The colors really pop. The voice acting is really fun. Like there's Wanda Sykes, Andy Samberg, Will Arnett's really funny as the villain. He's always just like teasing you. I really like that.
Yeah.
What class did you end up picking?
So I am a spell person.
The Spell Slinger, is that who you chose?
Yeah.
I think you got like an ability you can like affect an enemy, right?
I can have two spells.
Oh,
or
cool.
I can turn something into a sheep. So at the moment I've got 2 spells.
Tournament.
But I mean, you can have a second class, and I haven't got to that part yet.
Yeah, there's some like multi-classing. I'm very curious how that's going to work. Like, because the big difference between this game and like Borderlands is the Borderlands will have the 4 classes, and each of them will have 3 different tiers. This game does not have that. Each class only has 1 tier. They have 2 different like slight changes to your ability, but it's not really much of a difference. Like you only have 1 option, so I guess they try to get around that by having the multi-class feature, which is interesting. I want to see how that's going to work out. Like, I'm probably going to go with the Stabomancer because it's also more melee damage and stuff like that. Multi-class with the Berserker.
I mean, we've been looking into like classes and stuff. My friend's been like, we're in a Discord group. Yeah, I mean, we're having a great time. But other than like, we just we jump on every night. The game makes me sleepy. Like I don't know, the repetitive nature of it just makes me just fall asleep.
Sure.
So everyone gets pissed. Like, oh, Steve, you can sleep again. I'm sorry. The only problem we've ran into is the crossplay mechanics. Like, we're playing with a good friend of ours, and he had the old Xbox Gen. So we tried. He was like loading slower than us, obviously. And like we were like trying to connect, and like he would time out. So I was like, is it a loading issue? Is it a connection issue? Like, it's pretty much a connection issue. So we talked to him into getting an Xbox Series S. So we bought an Xbox Series S, got it delivered the same day. But we still had the same connection issues yesterday. So hopefully, I mean, we'll try and jump on in a minute and see what's going on. But I think this is the best Borderlands has been. Like, I like the story. The story seems a bit more involved. Like, it's funny. A Tiny Tina can be a bit overbearing, but like, it seems to be funny. The game is the best Borderlands has ever looked. I know it's not a Borderlands. It is a Borderlands game, but it's the best the game has ever come presented. Like this Definitely. World is the skeletons, the trolls, the Smurfs. If you've seen the Smurfs, I just feel like this is the best.
The goblins are super funny.
Yeah,
like a bunch of goblins.
Yeah, I just feel like. Funny. I just having a really good time with it. I like. I suppose I've been really lucky with my loot because I keep getting the good guns. But I think I'm still getting used to my class. I think the spells, I'm not sure about I'm not sure about them yet. But I'm waiting for the second class, and then I can start, molding how I like. But it's just, it's one of those games where you just jump on and you just turn your brain off and you just shoot away. And like this is about as best I can get a first person shooter into me. Like
it's a super cozy franchise. I always love all the Borderlands I've played them with Sloan. And sometimes we'll have other people, and it's just a super cozy franchise, just like super funny, just running around, just talking to people, doing quests and killing things, getting loot. It's just a fun game. They're never like my favorites. Like Borderlands 2 is still probably my favorite, but I'm excited to play this game. I knew me and Sloan, as soon as I saw that game, I'm like, yep, we needed this.
Yeah, I remember the over the top nature of introducing the game, like Tiny Tina go, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm in. All right, calm down. Just seeing them using their abilities. So, yeah, Sandberg's funny. They're all funny. They just got a great cast.
Wanda Sykes, yeah.
So it's such a fun. We're just looking forward to playing it. So let's wrap this podcast up. I want to go home. Sure. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. I'm looking forward to playing a bit more. But yeah, it's just been difficult. Hopefully, we can play busy weekend, WrestleMania weekend. Some would say, exciting weekend for me.
The only other thing I've played is a Memoir Blue.
Yeah, I want to play that.
It's on Game Pass. It's less than an hour.
I might do that tonight actually if she's asleep.
Yeah, it's if you like Florence.
Yeah, loved it.
I don't know if it's as complete of a package as Florence, but it is very emotional. I mean, I don't want to say too much because it is such a short story experience. But you basically you play a daughter, kind of reliving a lot of her life. That's kind of the short, quick.
Is it as emotional as
Florence?
No, the blinking one.
Oh no, it's not. It is an emotional ride. It is about a journey about a mom and a daughter. And it is kind of told there's the normal kind of really artistic style, and then there's a cartoon art style, and the cartoon is the past stuff that have happened. And you're constantly doing little things, just like Florence. Florence, I think, is a little charming in how it does things, and I played it on mobile, so I think it kind of fit. On mobile. But if you like Florence, I would highly recommend the game.
Florence was such a weird thing. It was almost like I was peer pressured into playing it, and I was I remember, I'll never forget it. Woke up one morning, and it was Florence. I was like, oh, I'll play it. So I remember, I must have bought it because you had to buy it.
Yeah.
And I just literally finished it, played and finished it there and then. I was like, oh,
yeah,
what a great game. But no, I think I might do this Memoir Blue because it doesn't seem like a long, it's a 45 minute. You know what I mean,
Yeah, and it's definitely Florence with a budget, and it looks like you could tell they're doing a lot more with what they have, right? Florence really does a lot with what little it has. This game's it's good, and it's on Game Pass. Just play it.
What movie? Just before we go, the whole Tunic thing. Everyone was like, oh. It was always coming to Game Pass, right?
No,
for me, it was.
We
always
knew that it was Xbox and PC.
Yeah,
but we never knew. It was never confirmed it was Game Pass.
It was such a weird thing. I suppose. We could argue about Death's Door because, I remember us talking about Death's Door being released, and I was like, "Oh, it's coming to Game Pass," and you were like, "No."
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the problem.
It's the same thing that happened recently with Crossfire X. They never said it was coming to Game Pass. It was just Xbox PC, and then as it was coming out, it's coming to Game Pass. So yeah, it is on Game Pass. I do want to play Tunic. That's a game. And Kirby, and Sifu. I think those are the ones I've missed.
Yeah, I think I'm waiting for Lego.
Lego, that's next week. Oh, Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Excited.
I might play Tunic on that easy mode because that.
There's two different things. So I think you could take no damage, and I think there's you can like not have regen for your stamina, so you can just like roll and attack as much as you want.
I might just do that just to get the experience.
Do that.
Do I mean like, and then just do that.
Might as well. Who cares?
Exactly. Yeah, definitely.
I'll do that.
I mean, I did.
You know what? Just because I'll do that with you.
I'll
do it with you.
I'll beat Death's Door.
Yeah. So
I beat Death's Door. I did it on my own, like with COVID. Actually, with COVID. Okay.
Yeah, you did.
I'm gonna put that on my Twitter in a minute. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, hopefully, hopefully I can play one of these games at the weekend or now. I've got like I want to play Weird West. I want to play Tunic, and I want to play Memoir Blue. I'll see you next weekend.
Start with Memoir Blue.
I'm going to start that. If I go down the stairs, you can play it on the PC. Up 45 minutes experience on the PC.
Yeah, you just play and beat it.
Definitely. Right then. Shall we go? We'll try and get
back
to normal procedures.
And with that, that was Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 112. 112. Wow.
We did 112 episodes, man. Like.
In a row. A lot of episodes. If you like us, please subscribe.
Definitely.
Follow us on audio services. We're almost at 200. We keep saying it. We want to try to get to 200.
Get one, lose one. Get one, lose one. Who do we keep saying?
I don't know. I need to stop talking, I guess. But yeah, subscribe, please. Comment. With that, Sims, do you have anything else to say? Welcome back.
I'm wearing a hat and a robe, and I about 5 minutes ago realised how stupid that is. Okay, so don't judge me. Everybody, stay safe and play video games. All of the video games.
Bye, everybody.